So I'll play a little game. I'll tell you the name of a prospect, and you have one word to describe it. Josh Green from Arizona.
Not Clay. A lot of people, I see a lot of people compare the man to Clay. It's not for me.
Okay, I'll give you another one. Desmond Bane from Texas Christian University.
I mean, short wingspan, but shooter, just a shooter. I mean, I think top two, top three shooter in the draft. I mean, it's basically Neesmith, Joe, and Bane that would be like all fighting for that, in my opinion.
I like Bane.
Yeah, top shooter or small arms, but because he has
Small
short
arms, but also
he's got
like
T-Rex arms. He's got, I think he's 6'5" wingspan, 6'6" height, something like that. Like I think
he
he's
has.
got. I think he's one of the few players who's got shorter arms than he does.
I mean, if your arms are the same size as the wingspan is the same size as your height, pretty common. It's NBA players that have like crazy wingspan for their height.
Yeah.
Like a Rondo.
Like a Tyrese.
Yeah. He reminds me of Kawhi Leonard. That's the weird part. But
Kawhi?
That's the crazy part. I know you'll probably be like, nah, there's no way. But there's
he's like a point guard. I mean, he's more of a point
guard.
guard.
Yeah. I know. But he just reminds me of. I don't know why.
It's strange, yeah. Because he's point guard with short arms.
Yeah. No. I think he just has a weird. He just has like
aspect?
Yeah. His competitive aspect of him is just like all.
Oh, so it's like a personality thing.
Yeah. He's got
like stylized. I mean, he's a playmaker. He's a playmaking shooter. So.
Yeah, he's a playmaker shooter, but he's got like a good motor. He's got tenacity. Like I think he just has.
He's big broad shoulders.
I think he has like a chip on his shoulder. Maybe because of the short arms. I don't know. T-Rexes are one of the most violent dinosaurs, and they have the smallest arms. So
Brandon Clark's a T-Rex as well, and so is Tyler Hero, if I'm not mistaken. So
Brandon Clark, yeah. I mean, a lot of people are wrong about Flynn.
Invested in wingspan.
I'll give you another one. How about Malachi Flynn, San Diego State?
Oh, Malachi Flynn, bad player.
Not a good player.
He had to. Okay, I get the whole. Oh, he's really good in the pick and roll. Oh, he has like low assist turnover. You really like Halliburton. Why don't you like Malachi Flynn? I don't like Malachi Flynn because he had to move down his college level to be considered a draftable player. He used to play in a stronger conference and was not good. Like his percentages are not good. Go look back at them. Like some of his three percentages are okay, but like his overall field goal percentages are not fucking good. He's a senior aged junior. They consider him a junior, but like he's the age of a senior. I think he's like 22. Quite old. And yeah, I'm just not a fan. I think he's just a career G Leaguer, to be honest with you. The fact that you had to, he's 22. The fact that you had to move down to in your college level to be considered a draftable player, it really doesn't hit right with me.
What was the word? G Leaguer?
G Leaguer works. I said bad player.
G Leaguer.
Malachi Flynn's actually like him and Isaiah Stewart are the two guys that have been publicly bashing on the most, and RJ Hampton, I guess.
I'll give you another player, Tyrell Terry from Stanford. Remember, choose your words wisely.
Pulling up deep.
You can't say that, man. I told you one word, pulling up deep. What are you talking about?
Oh.
You can say like dead eye.
Logo.
What's up, man? Come on.
Logo. I'm gonna say logo. I also want to say that Tyrell Terry's a little bit underrated on the defensive side as well. He's smart and he just makes good plays on healthy. Quite a few steals, like more than you think. But I think Tyrell does actually have some pretty solid defensive IQ, and it's not like a lot of people want to make that comparison. Well, he grew, first of all. He's like 6'2", 6'3" now, and he put on some weight. But people want to make that comparison to Trae Young because of the way he looks.
This is actually a prospect I like. I've always liked him. Cassius Winston.
Cassius Winston. Grit.
Michigan State.
Grit and heart. Passion to win.
He reminds me of Kyle Lowry the most.
I'm not going to blame you there, but...
Chip on the shoulder, a winner.
Yeah.
And, like, natural leader. He's super underrated, man. I think,
I mean, him and Xavier Tillman. Let's not...
Yeah.
Tillman on that team, but...
Tillman's nice, too, man. I think Michigan State gets overlooked.
But when you're looking at, like, 40, I'd say, like, maybe even late 30, like 38 on, he becomes quite a good pick.
Yeah. No, I would love him in the second round, I think. Second round picks now, super valuable. You look at Denver, most of their team is second rounders. So I think you could find starters in the second round. So I think if he does fall, I think I would love for the Nets to try to grab him. Like even if he falls to like 55 or something, I would love. I think people will get a steal with Cassius Winston. That's the one thing. I would put one of my kidneys on the line. I think he'll actually be legit in the NBA, playing valuable minutes. I think he could do that. I think a lot of like first round point guards.
That'd certainly be a quality backup.
Yeah, I mean people are like, oh, he's so small, but 6'1", There's 6'1" point guards, dude. That's like fine, you know.
The same boat as Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, exactly.
Both play with a lot of hustle and a lot of heart.
Yeah, and they're both, you know, kind of like, I wouldn't say veterans.
Undersized.
Little undersized.
College veterans. They can shoot.
4-year starters or whatever. You know, like they could shoot.
Yeah, both of those guys are like going to be quality backups, assuming everything goes right for them.
Let's see. I'll have 2 more players that I wanted to mention. Scrubb.
Scrubb, just potential. You're talking like he's a super bouncy wing that in his first season of JUCO shot like 45% from 3. Second season wasn't as good. I think his averages went closer down to like 35% or something like that. But he shot a lot of volume, and also just has a 40+ inch vertical. And you looked at the shooting stats from the year before, and like I mean he had some really good shooting games as well. So you just combine that with the fact that he's 6'6" and seems pretty mobile, and he's also super like he's just a hilarious guy. He may not be the most mature guy I've seen, but he's just hilarious. He's like having a comedian in the locker room. Like I would love to have Scrubb on my team personally, just because of how funny and how charismatic of a guy he seems. Big Scrubb believer. I think he's either going to end up in Portland or he's going to end up in Boston, as those 2 teams have shown quite a bit of interest in him, and I think he'd be great in both.
Okay, man. So that's the end of the podcast. You could follow us on Courtsiders Pod.
Hell yeah.
Go to our website. Have a good night.